the false notion that the living Constitution is an exception to the rule that legal texts must be given the meaning they bore when adopted. Close quote. The argument, of course, is that the framers were wise men. They understood that they were constructing a document for the ages, so they left a little play in the joints. They permitted this thing to breathe, to expand, to adapt. And the body charged with executing these expansions and adaptions is the judiciary.
Yeah. No, they knew that there would be need for change, and that's why they had an amendment provision, as some constitutions did not. This Constitution could be amended. And if you listen to John Marshall in the Bank of the United States case, what enables the application of the Constitution to new situations that can't be envisioned by the framers is not the ability of the courts to change the meaning of the Constitution, but rather when the courts interpret provisions of the Constitution, they ought, as John Marshall said, to give those provisions an expansive meaning because they have to be used in situations that cannot possibly be envisioned now. That's the way in which the Constitution is expandable and flexible, not by being amendable through the courts.
Has the political and legal culture evolved such that we amend the Constitution much too seldom?
You mean the people, through the formal amendment. I mean, the court does it all the time. Well, I'm sometimes asked, if I would amend any provision of the Constitution, and actually the one provision I would amend is the amendment provision. It's very, very difficult to amend it, infinitely more difficult than it was when that provision was written. It takes a 2/3 vote of each house to propose the amendment, and then it has to be approved by 3/4 of the states. I figured it out once. If you took a bare majority in the smallest states in population, something less than 2% of the population could prevent a constitutional amendment. That's probably too severe, and certainly much worse than it was. The disparity in population between California and Rhode Island is so much greater than what existed at the framing. So I would amend that.